Woodyard, we got cherry to finish. We got a couple buckets full here that need to get split, put in the bin. So yesterday I split here, I don't know, I did 6, 7 bucketfuls, and here's all the chunks. I'll show you the bin over here in case you weren't here yesterday, which I don't know why you wouldn't have been, because you should always be here. I built a new bin over here for the cherry. There it is. And put it right next to the hickory. And there's a way more cherry than I thought there was going to be. I didn't think there'd be this much cherry. I thought I'd have actually more hickory. I still have a couple of hickory logs to do, but a couple more buckets and I might be able to get 3, 4 more buckets in here and that'll be full. So I'll have to just build another bin. But it's in a good spot. It's going to dry really good there. And this wood, as I was splitting it and cutting it, I could tell half of it is bone dry. A lot of the stuff that's like this, where the bark is off, when it's like this, that, dry as can be. When you split it open, it's just dry. And the stuff that has bark on it, because this stuff is, I don't know, some of it might be a year old, since it was cut, maybe 6 months, I don't know. I would say it's 50% dry already. It did not feel real moist on the inside. So this stuff's gonna dry real fast, which is awesome because I saw a lot of cherry and I'm gonna have a lot of people that are gonna be wanting it. So that's why I wanted to get it done, because cherry is a very popular wood. I sell it to people that smoke meat, especially people that do pork and chicken apparently like it. That's what I'm told. I don't know, I'm not a cook, I just eat. And then I sell a lot of hickory for smoking. A lot of guys that do that want the hickory for briskets and ribs, stuff like that. And then I do sell a lot of white oak too, which the white oak is, if you see the elevator back there, that pile, that's white oak. And then red oak is next to it. And then about where the elevator is sitting, I'm gonna do a big bin, and that's gonna have mixed hardwood in it. And that is actually gonna be done soon. I've got this whole pile here. This is all ash that I got from a guy that I hauled this from a while ago. You probably saw that video. All this stuff is pretty much dry. A lot of this stuff is a year old. You can see the bark's coming off of it, and it's small stuff. So a lot of this is going to be bone dry when I cut it. And it's almost too small for the processor. I mean, some of these I could run through the processor, but a lot of small ones like this, which, you know, it's cut it and just split it in half. That's all I got to do, and it'll be good to go. So there's that. That's all I got to get done too. And then I got all this big stuff over here, the big nasties. Mike's been working on that a little bit. And then we're going to keep building bins in front of the barn. You can see all the pallets sitting over there. If you guys can see over there, we're going to have a couple more bins over there. And once those bins are all filled up, so I want to do the barn ones first, because against the barn is where it's going to dry the best. Because this faces south, and so it gets the sun 12 months of the year. We got sun on it. And even in the wintertime, it will dry there. And that is where the concrete is underneath there too. For those of you that haven't been around, which I don't know why you wouldn't have been, you should be. There's concrete underneath those pallets where the bins are. It's broke up concrete, but at least it's concrete, so it's not just sitting on the ground. And then out here, I have the ability to put in as many bins as I want to, because I can go all the way down. You guys can see that brush pile way down there. I go all the way down even past that, so I can put bins all out here too. But right now the job is get the bins filled up. That is the plan. And I'm trying to get stuff done that is kind of like not processor type wood first. Because this cherry, a lot of it was nasty stuff. A lot of knots, crotches, snakes, bananas, you know, a lot of curvy wood. There was maybe 1/3 of it that would have been okay for a processor, but I was cutting it here, so, and I love cutting cherry with the chainsaw because it cuts like butter. So I cut it all up, and there's more here than I thought there was going to be. So I'm going to get this stuff finished in the bin. It can start drying. And then I think I've got some oak that I've got in my trailer there that I did a little bit of processing. I think I'm going to get that into the bin today yet too. At least that's my plan. We'll see what happens. It's already getting hot. It's still morning here. It's like, I don't know, 10 o'clock. And it's already about 85 degrees. It's supposed to get to 90. I guess this whole next week it's supposed to be in the mid 90s with heat index 105, 110 they're saying. It's supposed to be real humid. So it'd be good to get here earlier in the morning and get going on some of the stuff. All right, enough talking. Let's get to work. Look at that. The cherry bin is pretty full. I thought I'd be able to get a bunch more in there, but maybe a bucket if I kind of heap it up a little bit. It's pretty dang full. So it's way more wood than I thought there was going to be. So this is, from what I know of how I built this and how many buckets I put in here, it's 3 full cords. So 3 full cords, I sell it for $140 per face cord or a third of a cord. So 1 full cord is $420. Yeah, $420. Yeah, $420. That's what I sell it for. So 3 times that, 4 times 420, 3 times 420 is $12.60, I think. Yeah, $12.60, something like that. That's what this is worth. So cherry's good stuff. Now, some of you would say, oh, you should bundle that and sell it, because then it would be worth twice that. Yeah, maybe so. But I don't want to spend time bundling. I don't have stands. I don't have outlets yet. Someday, maybe I will. I don't know. This is just what I do for now. There it is, next to the hickory. There's the hickory. I got lots more room for more hickory, so I guess I need more hickory to fill that bin up, because an empty bin is a sad bin, and it's only half full, so it's half sad. All right, I'll show you something I did with my X27. I had a little tragedy. So this is where the carnage happened. I did all the cutting here, splitting here, so I got a big mess. I put all the chunks here. I'm gonna go get a basket in just a minute, bring it over here, fill it up. Well, not fill it, but put all this in. Then I got a bunch of chunks some other places I gotta pick up too. And you can see all the debris here. So I'm gonna rake this up. I got the bucket on. Gonna rake up sawdust, kind of clean this area up, because I wanna obviously be able to do more work in here. Now here's the tragedy that happened. So if you saw the video, I'm gonna go over it now. You're gonna see it in just a second here. I hopped up on top. I had a piece that was not cooperating, and so I went and got my X27. This is what's left of it. I went and got it, and I tried to chop into the piece to kind of open it up, and it started to go, and then it didn't go, and I thought, well, maybe what I can do is I can put the wedge in here and start to split it this way with the ram coming forward. And so I put the whole thing in, well, it twisted on me, and then I couldn't get it out. So as soon as it twisted, I saw the handle crack, and it busted. So when it was coming through, it was about like this. And we can see here where it hit right there. And then it bent the wedge just a little bit right there too. And I eventually got it off. And yes, I know they have a lifetime warranty, guarantee replacement. I've got another X27, I've got an X25. I'm going to be getting an X36, the new one. I'm going to try one of those out. And a lot of people would say, oh, you should just send it in, they'll send you a replacement. This was my own fault. It's not the fault of the manufacturer. I'm not that guy. I'm not a guy that's going to take advantage of every situation when they come up. I mean, I broke it. It's my fault, not their fault. So I have a trophy now, so I'll have to do something with this. I don't know what I'm going to be able to do. Maybe I'll have this as for a wedge now for pounding in places. Anyway, there it is. That's what they look like on the inside. So I never knew this, but obviously they've got a little channel right here where this groove goes in. And then the plate that goes over the top, let's see, that must be, yeah, it's for the other side. And there's a groove you can see right here. This little piece right there goes into there. So it's kind of locked in. I'm sure it's some engineering marvel, and you can see where they must have did the injection right there is my guess. But yeah, it owes me nothing. I've split a lot of wood with this. It's just sad when you break something. And that's the first plastic handled tool I've ever broke, but I've broke dozens of wooden handle tools, hammers, hatchets, axes, splitting mauls. I've broke lots of them. This is the first plastic one I've ever broken, and I used it not as intended. So it's my own fault. All right, we're gonna get this cleaned up right now.